can end it with 2 votes. The first against 434, and then vote for 439. Paid for by Protect Our Rights.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bozin, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. See a chance of showers throughout the day. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and brief with the high around 59. Tonight, showers likely with the low around 42. And tomorrow, a chance of showers in the morning, then mainly sunny skies in the afternoon with the high around 55. Meteorologist Kyle Bucket from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio, from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Spare Time, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here are your hosts, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr.
All right, welcome in to Spare Time. We got a couple of Husker bowlers in here, as always. Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. Great way to put a face to the voice as well. Use the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, channel 961. All great ways to do so. But like I said, you guys are free to join in anytime here throughout the show. Let's bring in the host, Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr. How's it going on a rainy Monday night?
Going good. Daylight savings feels a little later than it is. Other than that, you're doing good.
Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, yesterday felt extremely long, but was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Do you guys even set your clocks, or are we at the point now where nobody even remembers it? The phone just does it for them.
That, except I
Yeah.
got up like at 7 a.m. to get like water, and the stove clock was different than the clock in my room, and I got really confused. And I was like, "Oh wait, daylight savings." So
Yeah.
it took me a second, but it's okay. I had to reset my car this morning, but we got it taken care of.
Yeah. I was looking at that earlier because I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, oh, it's 8:59. I need to be at the radio station. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, it's not. And I was like, oh, I actually don't know how to set this. So we might need to figure that out later.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the only thing I have is the one alarm clock. That scared me a little bit because I woke up in the middle of the night. But I don't use it anything other than it's got a charger for my phone. That makes me at least put my phone down when I want to charge it at the end of the night. We do got a text in here off YouTube, Big Red Bass. Have you guys seen the Chasing 3 documentary at all for football?
I have, yeah.
Okay, he chimes in. He's like, football has Chasing 3, but you guys could have used Chasing 300.
I think we should. I think we should
Yeah.
have a documentary.
Would it be
That'd
cool? I'm
great.
curious. Like, I feel like a bowling documentary. Like, what are some of the ins and outs of bowling that people just do not realize that you think would actually be a cool sneak peek? Because yeah, I mean, I'll say this much about Nebraska fans. We'll watch it. If you guys put out a Husker documentary, especially a program of your caliber that wins all the time, people are going to be curious to see what it is.
I think just we spend a lot more time in the bowling alley than people would think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, we spend like the certain amount of hours practicing, but like we also spend a certain amount of time just in there talking and like things like that. Also, our lift, I think people would be interested to see that.
But you guys had to run the stairs too, like even some of your cardio, or no?
Yeah, we used to
Oh.
run the stairs at Devaney.
But
It
that
was
wasn't in the
crazy.
stairs, so Kayla avoided the stairs.
She did avoid the stairs.
Thank God.
She got lucky because with all like the weight room switching and everything, we moved over to the
Oh, that's
stadium.
right.
Yeah, so there's not really stairs for us to run besides the actual stadium, which
I
But
don't
yeah.
know if I'd make it. I don't think I would make it. If we had to run stairs.
Devaney was kind of cool. It was nice. It was like a good little cardio. I think that would be fun too for like them to see our practices and just like
Mhm.
how widely they can vary. Because I think a lot of times people are like, "Oh, bowling, like you just have to bowl," but it's like there's a lot of drills and like other things that we do that kind of goes into that. And then
Mhm.
also, like for us coming from an individual sport to more of a team oriented situation, I think it'd be kind of cool to see like the work you put in on that end, especially like with the younger players and just kind of like getting to look at that from an outside perspective.
Yeah, and from YouTube again, job Big Red Bass champion in tonight. He says, I don't think people realize how different lane surfaces make a huge difference in bowling. And yeah, that was my realization. Was like, I didn't realize you guys had to move around as much as you did. Like, if you find that sweet
Yeah.
spot that's working for you all day, like as the day goes on, as the days go on, that oil and those surfaces start to switch up on you, and you have to keep track of it all. What are some other things that you guys think? Like, it'd be cool, even if they might know some of it, just to give them an inside look.
I think the amount of bowling balls we have,
Oh
like
my gosh.
each,
What do you travel with?
we travel with 7 to 9 per person. Usually
Okay.
like 8 though.
Even at home, your 7 to 9 is what you go with? Or-
Yeah.
Okay.
But like all of us probably have somewhere around 20 in our lockers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do your
At
lockers
least.
look like?
They're really cool.
They're almost like those bookshelves they have at the
Mhm.
library that you like turn the knob and like they move back and forth.
Oh,
They're like
okay.
those, but for bowling balls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They hold a lot of stuff.
they do.
I always wondered. I forget. And they're like on a lot of those, like through the university, or like, do you have bowling balls that like you go out and get, or do they know the university covers for all that? Like, could you bring a favorite that you really like to the lineup, or no?
Yeah, definitely. But it's mainly like the university and our coaches because they do all the drilling and stuff like in house.
Okay.
So they take care of most of it.
What does that look like? Where they're doing the actual drilling themselves? That's gotta
Yeah,
that's
we
gotta be
have,
like a
like-
lot of time consuming for the
Yeah.
coaches.
Well, I think that's the other cool thing about bowling because like drilling is one thing, but also laying out the bowling ball and like kind of the physics and like math and numbers behind that is like really crazy. I think a lot of people don't realize that, but also too like how that legitimately translates into motion. Like you could do so many documentaries on so many different little things. It's just wild. Yeah.
You got like a mathematician on staff to figure that out?
We do not. But they have the ball companies, the people who produce the bowling balls have like their standards and all their numbers that they put out so that people can be educated, and like a lot of people who drill bowling balls go through courses to like learn how to do it and learn the proper way and what they're doing. Obviously like Coach Columba's been doing it forever. So
Yeah, I
he
didn't
knows
even
what
think
he's
about
doing.
that. They talked
Yeah.
about it. I want to say Kayla and Anna talked about it, about Coach Klumpa drilling balls, or maybe it was Kayla Verstrady.
Mhm.
But I didn't even think about all the math that goes into it. How long does that
Yeah.
usually take them? Like at the beginning of the season, that's got to be like nonstop for a while.
Yeah.
There's like a good week. I swear they were there pretty late every single night. And like
Yeah.
they were just constantly drilling bowling balls. It was before season, but
Usually before season, we do it's called like a matchmaker, and so basically the company that we use, they bring in a bunch of bowling balls and we can kind of like try them out. And so all like the pitches and fits and drillings are like really neutral. And you can just kind of get an idea of if you like somewhat like a bowling ball or don't. And so based off that, they'll order whatever bowling balls you might need. Um, and then they'll kind of determine how they want to drill it. But then it also takes time to physically drill it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have to do all the work like putting in the actual like finger grips and then like the thumb sleeve and like drilling the thumbs and like all that stuff. So I think there's just a lot of different stuff that happens there that all ends up being very time consuming.
I imagine if you mess up, you just got to start from scratch, right?
depends on how bad you mess up.
Yeah, so sometimes you can make it work.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to explain how you would make it work.
Well,
But
I guess
like
you can plug them.
yeah, or you can plug them. So there's like basically
Liquid resin?
Yeah. And
Oh,
you can
okay.
pour it in the bowling ball and then they can shave that down and then they can re-drill. So yeah, so that's an option too.
But if it's super severe, sometimes you just do that.
Usually
I'd imagine
Most
it
of the
might-
time I feel like it's
fixable. I don't think it would ever get severe enough to where plug wouldn't work unless the ball like
yeah.
Does that happen?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was gonna say it sounds like a dangerous job.
Because
All
even
right.
if you miss a span by like 2 inches or something
can just plug
crazy,
and
you just
re-drill.
plug it and re-drill it. Like, yeah.
A documentary would be cool.
Yeah.
Just to see like just to see what that looks like. Because again, to Big Red Bass's point, just that the more I do these shows, like even though I've done show with Amara and Gwen in the past, like how complex it is, it does just sound like you're talking to golfers. And like just the variety, the mental game at the college level, it's very individual, but it's still team oriented. Like you're doing for points at the end, that whole adjustment. And again, I'm always just intrigued by some of the travel. Like you guys are bringing 7 to 8 bowling balls. What does that look like going to the airport with that many bowling balls?
It's so
Not
bad.
fun.
We okay, so usually we have like 31 bags total because we like put 2 duffels into one bigger bag and check that. So like for each pair of roommates, there's one checked bag.
Do you guys like hire muscle or no? Is it just you can carry your own bags?
It's literally pretty much, yeah, it's all
That's
us.
gotta be brutal.
Sometimes like a couple of us will pitch in and like buy the carts, or like usually we try to scour for like any carts that people like left behind. But yeah, it's really bad because we have 24 bowling bags pretty much. Wait, is 24 right?
No, because we don't always all.
I don't
That
know. There's a lot of bags.
I mean,
What's that
we're
look
all
like?
bringing 3, so sort of.
What's it look like for the airlines knowing like we got a ton of luggage, if you want to call it that? Because I'd imagine that eats up so much of. Do you put them in the undercarriage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
We
I'd
have
imagine you
to.
guys eat up so much space of that plane with all those bowling ball bags.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
They
I
don't
think
take up that much space, but they're pretty heavy. I mean, every bag's
Yeah.
50 pounds. So,
yeah.
yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Documentary would be good. Chasing
Yeah.
300 is also an excellent name for it. Is there any other better names before I want to get into the breaking news that I'm sure people are waiting for me to talk about here?
I don't think so.
All right. Jillian Martin selected to represent Team USA at IBF World Cup. You probably knew that one was coming. Jillian Martin.
I didn't.
Give me, well, what does this mean? Like for all those break it down, obviously a high honor, but for you to achieve that kind of on the same trajectory you have been, what's it mean?
I think it's really cool because it's not like a junior Team USA thing. It's actually an adult Team USA thing.
Mhm.
So like that's like with all basically like the best of the best and like the pros in our sport. So like to kind of be able to get selected for that is an amazing opportunity. And then on top of that, like a World Cup for us in bowling is like really one of the bigger like premier things. Like as an organization, USBC, who runs Team USA, like our primary goal is to like win team world championships. So like to be able to actually get to go there and have a chance to compete for that, it's a dream come true. It means the world. So I'm really excited. I think Hong Kong is gonna be very cool.
I was going to say, have you ever
yeah.
been to Hong Kong before? Or is this going to be the first time? Because
First
I imagine
time.
with the junior team you traveled as well, but I don't know if you were ever there.
Yeah, no, I went to South Korea this summer. But obviously that's not Hong Kong. But
No,
that was
but-
the first time I was in Asia.
Uh-huh.
So this will be the second time in Asia.
What was South Korea like before we get to what you're
It
expecting
was
in Hong
really
Kong?
fun. I was a little concerned because like I've been to Europe a few times, and obviously like the language barrier there isn't very hard because most of them speak English.
Mhm.
But I wasn't really sure how it was going to be like going, especially too because it's like okay, you have like Spanish or French or like Swedish, and like you can like kind of pick up like here and there. Whereas like you get into Korean or even like Chinese, and it's just like they're
It's so
not
different,
even
it's hard to
yeah,
find keywords.
completely different. They're just symbols. So like trying to like look at that or understand that, I was like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna go. But it actually everyone there was like super nice, and it was a really cool experience. And where we were located was really nice, and we could just kind of walk around and get food. And I actually really enjoyed the food there because it was so different, but it was really cool. So yeah.
Yeah, what's it look like visually?
There's a lot of big buildings, like, and I don't know. So we were staying in one main part of South Korea, but at another point, we didn't go on a DMZ tour, but we went to like the DMZ, which is like the border.
Mhm.
We didn't get like the tour or anything, but we went like as close as we could get without like booking 18
Yeah.
million years in advance, right? But even on that drive through there, like it just so many cities and so many buildings, it just felt like it never stopped. And it was really crazy. But also too like there's just something different about being outside. And like yes, our buildings are tall, but like they were all super tall and they were all packed in really tight.
Mhm.
And like they just have like Korean like sprawled across them, which is just like I don't know. I just think it's cool because it just feels like you're in like a movie that you watch when you're a kid.
Yeah.
It's like obviously we don't have that here, and it's just like one of those things where you're like
It kind of like
actually there
lives
in
up to what
person.
you're expecting a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely really cool. But yeah, I do think my favorite part was probably the food because it was just it was so different and it was really good. Even like we went to a Chinese restaurant and like going to a Chinese
Like an
restaurant.
authentic.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
like actually like way like closer to like actual Chinese food. But like even like the breakfast buffet, they had like kimchi out and like all this crazy stuff. And like soup dumplings and everything for like breakfast.
I could live with that, especially the
Yeah.
soup dumplings part.
Yeah. But like it was just weird. And then like us Americans are just eating our little like eggs and croissants and orange juice.
Yeah, like I like some of these Chinese places, but they're really just like Americanized Chinese,
Yeah.
like fast food. But hey, I'm all game for it. Like some Hy-Vee Chinese. It's definitely
Yeah.
not Chinese food, but I like it. It works.
I do like the Americanized version. It was just nice. And I guess now I'll get to see like the authentic. So
Absolutely, that's what's gonna go
We'll
next.
see.
So now Hong Kong.
yeah.
Wait, what does that travel look like? Because obviously they're gonna set you up. They're gonna make sure that you kind of have like a at least group of people around you to help you get from point A to point B, being in a foreign country. But like, do you really know all the details yet of what this is gonna look like?
A little bit. It's a little bit crazy. So I'll fly out of Omaha on like the 2nd. And basically I'll connect through San Francisco and like we all meet in San Francisco and then we all fly together to Hong Kong. So basically we'll all be together. That'll be nice. That's great. We'll compete for like 2 weeks. The crazy part is I fly back on like the 15th, but I'm flying straight to Philadelphia because we start practice and then competition for the Northeast Classic on
I
the
was gonna
16th.
say, I wonder how this is all gonna shake out.
Yeah, so I'm flying straight to Philly. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're doing what we can.
Definitely, you'll have to prepare for jet lag somehow. I don't know if you can
Yeah,
prepare
it's like
for
an
it.
11-hour time difference between there and the East Coast. It's 13 hours between there and here.
5-hour energies, like I don't know.
I
That's
know,
not gonna do
right?
enough though. That's gonna be a tough one to try to get. That mentally, that's gonna be straining.
I'm gonna be Starbucks' biggest patron for the week.
The mill, they're even better if you can find a mill.
Well,
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
think
where they're
they
all
have
spread
them
out.
in Philly.
They're probably not in Philly.
If they did, I would go there. I absolutely love them.
I gotta look up. I don't know how many mill locations there are, and if it goes statewide or if it's just like a Nebraska thing. But anyways, Kayla Starr, What's it like for you and like the rest of the team hearing that news about Jillian Starr?
I don't think we're surprised by like any means, but we're obviously super excited for Jill. Just to get to watch her go out there and do what she loves. So that's super cool. And obviously we all look up to her. So yeah.
How kind.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna try to watch. I mean, like if it's like 13 hours ahead though.
Yeah.
You read my mind. How do you watch it?
It's okay. They will probably be a stream of some sort. We never really know till like we get there. Things get like closer sometimes, whatever. But the U.S. Bowling Congress page should have everything, and like worst case, they'll just stream live.
Okay,
So, yeah.
that'll be awesome. Because a
Mhm.
lot of people are going to be intrigued, especially because you guys are in season. So like, there's people are already kind of like keeping an eye on bowling. Are going to want to keep tabs on that one as well to see how you do, and then also to see, Philadelphia. Hopefully, you can show up there,
Yeah.
and stay because that's just like a lot of competitive bowling back to back.
I think it'll be okay. Like with what it is, I think too. Like, if anything, I always feel really like energized after competing with like Team USA because there's just something about like kind of getting to compete with the best out there.
Oh yeah,
And just that experience in general and just like being able to like be with them in the moment, like whatever. And I think kind of being able to go from that to collegiate bowling, I think it's gonna be good. Now, once we get like 3 weeks past that, I might be a little bit tired. I might be like, Coach Limba, I need like 3 days for right now. But I think it's gonna be fine. I think we're gonna have a great time. So that's all that
who
matters.
are some of the countries out there that are really competitive in the bowling world? Like who does the USA look across from? You guys can both join in on this. You know more than I do.
It depends.
Singapore. I
Yeah.
feel like they're really good.
Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
Really, Colombia?
Yes.
Okay.
There are a lot of good Colombian bowlers. I know all the youth stuff because I'm so used to competing for junior team USA.
I feel like countries in Asia would be big bowlers because they're
Korea
really good
is
at
good.
like table tennis and like all those like badminton, the sports that are just really not popularized here for whatever reason.
Now it's weird because I did learn when I was in like Korea over the summer. Um, they have their own like version of like professionals. So I think we never really get to see a lot of the Asian countries like competing.
Mhm.
Whereas like a lot of the like countries in South
Europe.
America and Latin America and Europe even will come over to like compete on our pro tours.
Mhm.
Whereas I think most of the Asian countries kind of have their own circuits. So I think that's one of the things where I'm not as aware of like our biggest competitors out there. Just because of that, because you don't really get to see them. You're not competing against them on a consistent basis. So we'll see. But once again, I think it kind of goes back to just do whatever you can do and maximize that. But yeah.
Singapore, what are they doing? That was Kayla Starr shouted out Singapore, and you agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always felt like their women's team has always done super well. Just I don't know. I remember when they would come over and bowl the PWBA stops.
They still do.
Yeah.
And they do really
They
well.
do very well.
Yeah, they fly out a lot of their women to come compete over here on tour, like over the summer.
Okay, so you guys get kind of familiarized with like Singapore's athletes and who they got coming up.
And then Sin Lee from Malaysia.
Yeah.
She just won PWBA Player of the Year, Jameson. Yeah. She's really good. So we'll see. It'll be fun. Excited.
Any nerves being young?
Yes, definitely. It's like really weird, especially too, because so it's me, Shan Blahowski, Lauren Russo, and Brianna Cote. Sorry, I was like thinking, well, because I was thinking about the last competition I bowled. I don't know why. Anyway, but like Shannon has been on Team USA for longer than I've been alive.
Is it someone you looked up to? Does
Definitely,
that like add to the
she went
element
to
of it?
Nebraska too, and she coached here for the year they won the 2021 national championship. But it's crazy because I got to bowl with her and Lauren when we were in Reno for the Pan American Games, or not Pan American Games. I'm sorry, the PabCon. But it was just I don't know. It's just weird because you're like, oh my god, I'm young. Am I supposed to be here? Yeah, I'm supposed to be here. But it doesn't feel like it because right now I'm here with a bunch of people that are older than me and I have no idea what I'm doing. But like I know what I'm doing, but like it feels like I don't know what I'm doing. So definitely, but we'll get there.
Is that something where like probably just takes a little bit and then as you settle on it goes away?
Oh, definitely. Especially too, like when I was out in Reno, like it took a little bit, but I ended up bowling really good out there. And so I felt really good about that after the fact. And I think if I can just kind of carry that energy over, it'll be fine. It's nice too because all three of the ladies that are going have been really like accepting and supportive of like me competing in tour events when I can as an amateur, obviously. And so it'll be nice because I feel supported by them and I appreciate them.
That's
So, yeah.
cool. Well, you mentioned some of them, like some of them are getting to the point too, or in their careers where it's like not necessarily passing the torch, but they want to see some of that young development really
Mhm.
start to develop and like, okay, where's this game going in the future? Is it going to people that continue to represent the USA? And it feels like it's pretty overwhelming on Husker bowling and then nationwide. That you're definitely one of those people that are capable of doing so. So again, that's kind of been the news of the day in the bowling world. Martin selected to represent Team USA at the IBF World Cup. Don't go anywhere. We got a couple more segments here. Spare time. Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr of Husker Bowling. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
From the 93.7 The Ticket studio.
Voters will have the chance to end the current government abortion ban. The government shouldn't be making decisions for families' health care, but right now they are. Ending the ban takes 2 votes. A vote against 434, the first initiative, and then a vote for 439, the last initiative. It's only this combination that will finally get the government out of the personal medical decisions of Nebraska families. Voting against 434 and for 439 ensures that when there's a medical emergency, it's Nebraska families who decide what to do, not the government. This vote against 434 and for 439 makes it so our Nebraska doctors can treat every patient. The government put this ban in place, stripping Nebraska families of their freedom, but you can end it with 2 votes. The first against 434, and then vote for 439. Paid for by Protect Our Rights.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Hi, this is Investigator Joe Villamonte with the Lincoln Police Union, asking you to vote for Carolyn Bosin for legislator. As a prosecutor, Carolyn Bosin has always supported law enforcement to keep our community safe. Carolyn Bosin has the experience we need. Carolyn Bosin is the only choice for legislator to keep our community safe. Join the law enforcement community in voting to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosin on November 5th.
Paid for by Bosin for legislature.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? That feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios on O Street. Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet. eat and compete. Sun Valley.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The Link Grill, Draft, and Crafts is your spot in Southeast Lincoln for great food and drink. They're serving new menu items and a killer craft cocktail menu with your favorite draft beers. You'll love their pizza and new entree options. It's a great place to watch any live events, and they have music bingo every month. They have an aggressive loyalty program that rewards fans with 7% back on all purchases. Home of the Nebraska Power Hour every night from 8 to 9 p.m. Order online at thelnkgrill.com or stop in at 84th and Highway 2 today.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Back to Spare Time, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here are your hosts, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr.
All right, welcome back in to Spare Time. We got the host, Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr, a couple of Husker bowlers, as always, to my left. You can join in using the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, channel 961. 402-464-5685 is the Sarter Heyman text line. All right, before we get any further, I want to talk about SFA a little bit, but you guys do anything for Halloween as far as dressing up goes?
We did, we dressed up at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was Adam Sandler.
Lainey and I went as Tebow and Sam Puckett from iCarly.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What version of Adam Sandler? He's got a bunch of them.
There's a picture of him that I found on the internet with blue shorts and a blue Superman shirt, and I happened to find the same fit at Goodwill. So
so just casual Adam Sandler.
Yeah, just casual Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I will say, as for all the celebrities out there, he definitely dresses the most casual.
Yeah.
It's an achievable. You can easily pull away a look like Adam Sandler.
10 out of 10 comfort.
Yeah. I could bowl in it. It's great. I was really comfortable.
What was the best costume that showed up?
I think Lainey's was the best.
Dez's was pretty good too.
Lainey just really committed to it.
Yeah,
she
Lainey
worked a training
committed to
table.
Tebow. She had her bagels on a stick,
Yeah.
obviously, and then she drew on.
She went as what?
Tebow from iCarly, the guy who works in the Groovy Smoothie.
He's like, "You want some bagels?"
$5.
I know the show. I'm drawing a blank on him though. I'll look it up real quick. But anyways,
she committed.
Yeah.
I will say that much. And then Dez did Max from the Goofy movie, and I thought that was good. I'm trying to think whatever.
PK even knew who she was.
Oh, Coach Limba's costume was good. So was Coach Shavy's. Our coaches did
Yeah,
good.
they did a good job. Coach had a whole entrance, music.
He did.
what was Coach Klumpa?
Jason?
Yeah.
The horror movie
scary-
Jason?
yeah.
Okay.
Had a chainsaw. It was fake, but
it was so
I'd
cool.
hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. So who was the best? Real quick, give me top 3
Ooh.
costumes.
PK Delaney.
yeah. PK, Laney, JB.
That's fair.
And Coach Klempa falls off the list.
No.
No, PK.
PK.
PK is
Oh,
Coach
Paul
Klempa.
Klempa.
Yeah,
I could've put
sorry.
that
And
together.
then we call Coach Klempa PK and Coach. Well, we just call her JB.
Yeah, JB. Because she wore that thing all day. Because somebody said that they came in for their one-on-one at like 9 a.m. and she already had
Yeah.
her costume on.
Yeah, no, she walked in there with it.
Yeah. And she picked up Alex at the airport.
Yep.
So.
With the costume?
She slayed.
Yeah, I
That's
would
commitment.
say JB and Lainey had the most commitment to their costume.
Yeah, that
because
is
Lainey
valid.
wore hers into dinner
Yeah.
with the bagel stick.
Yeah, Alphonse Thibault. That I will say that's a crazy character to dress up as.
Kayla's dressed up
It's
as
a very
the same
like
thing.
small role character.
Yeah.
It's
He's
funny
just
though.
funny.
I remember it now that I remember it because
Yeah.
the whole joke's right. Like he's gonna order a bagel on the stick.
Exactly.
Isn't that the whole
Well,
point?
and like he puts them on the stick sideways when it's just like
Yeah.
there's literally a hole in the middle. What are you doing?
I doesn't have to touch it with this hand. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bizarre, but you know what? It works if everybody recognizes it. Maybe it's just a sign I'm aging out here. iCarly feels like a common costume this year. Is she on like a return
They tried to do a return iCarly. It was not very good, but I don't think so.
with the same actors?
Yeah, except like Jeanette McCurdy is not. But I think
I didn't really watch iCarly. I can't help you here.
Miranda Cosgrove was still in it, and like whoever played Spencer.
Oh, okay. So those are pretty much the main ones.
Yeah.
What are like the classic shows that your era was growing up with then? Because iCarly was huge for my era. That and like a lot of people watch Hannah Montana. Like That's So Raven.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch That So Raven. Hannah Montana, yes. Jesse.
Yeah. Oh, good
Um,
luck, Charlie.
Yeah, Good Luck Charlie. Did you ever watch Dog with a Blog?
I like that one.
Yeah.
Ant Farm.
Ant Farm was good. Wizards of Waverly Place.
I didn't like
Yeah,
it.
that was.
They
a
just
classic.
came out with a new Wizards of Waverly Place.
I might have aged out, but it was good at the time.
Yeah.
Is it like the same actors again, or no? Are they trying to like
It's
redo it?
Justin. So Justin from the original one.
But no way, it's Selena again. Maybe.
She actually dropped off the one girl, so she was in the pilot episode. I don't know if she was in the rest of it, but like kind of like same plot.
It's a celebrity appearance type deal.
Yeah. Max isn't in it. The dad was there the one time and the mom hasn't been there. So, but it's mainly around like Justin, but he's like older now and stuff. But I like it cuz it's like they're not necessarily trying to appeal to this generation. They're still making it like cuz when they try to do iCarly, it was like this weird thing of I just don't think they knew what they wanted their audience to be.
That's always the tough part because it's like, are you going to try to re-engage with a bunch of 20-year-olds? Or
Yeah.
are you going to try to create a new audience with a younger group?
And I think that with Wizards of Waverly Place, they more so just committed to like, oh, okay, like we're just gonna go back and make like another show that's based off the same thing, but like in today's era. Which like I don't know, for whatever reason earlier this year I was watching the Wizards of Waverly Place like just to go to bed or stuff or like as background noise, and like I can watch this one that way too. So they committed. I'll give it.
Hopefully they get it right. Reruns are always impossible. Well, not impossible, but they're very tough to do.
Yeah.
After like a really successful show.
Mhm.
Like you see that all the time. Because like even like Marvel, I don't know if you guys saw the Avengers, but they just like spammed out a million superhero movies after. And now if you like try to watch the latest, like where all the superheroes get together, like if you didn't spend 40 hours of watching all the other ones that came out, like you just miss all these inside stories and you don't really get like what's super important. So
They're adding series now too to like that whole Marvel thing.
yeah, and
Like you just
it's
can't
too
watch
much.
everything. Yes.
It's some of it's fine, but it's like way too much. I don't know. Kayla, are you big on those superhero movies at all?
I think my dad he watches like Avengers and stuff like that, but like it would always kind of be on sometimes. But I would just get confused. It wasn't working.
It got super oversaturated. I will say
Yeah.
that. Like I was never super into it, and then the Avengers, like I was like, oh, those are pretty good. And then after that, I just haven't really been able to care enough. Because I was like, oh, the Doctor Strange movie looks good, and I was like, oh, there's another Ant-Man, a million other superheroes. I feel like they're just making new ones too. It was just like a lot, and like you said, they're like full on TV series.
Yeah.
On top of it, that's so much time. All right, that's enough of that rant. We got 2 segments left. 5 minutes left on this one. Let's talk about SFA. November 8th. You guys had a off weekend. What's the prepping looking like in terms of as you get closer to it?
I think reemphasizing physical stuff. We started that when we got back, and then it went back into the regular old spare shooting and like fixing other things. And then I don't know, we did more physical stuff today. I don't really know what we're doing the rest of the week for practice, but
Uh, yeah, I think more based on just kind of making sure we get back to that core and making sure that it's strong
Mhm.
and doing what we need to do.
Applying
Then,
it well.
yeah, and then kind of at the end of last week, today we did go back to physical game just to make sure everything was fine. But like end of last week, and I think through this week, mainly just working on like pressure situations, teamwork, all those things, so that when we go into competition, we're kind of back on that same page, ready to compete as a team, and just doing what we know how to do. So yeah.
Does it change a lot, the schedule at this point in the season, or is it always pretty consistent what you guys do the week before a match?
Mm, I think it depends on what we need and like the pattern and stuff. So like one of the things we talked about in Orlando was like us probably needing to be a little bit better at playing more open angles.
Mhm.
So like that was on the table, something we needed
Mhm.
to work on, but that's not something we typically do in Kenosha. It's not the way the lanes play. It's not the way the pattern that they usually put out plays. So we didn't necessarily do that prep this week. However, before we go to, I believe, New Jersey, so it's a new tournament. We've never bowled there before. We obviously don't know what that's going to look like. So I think at some point there will be prep on kind of making sure we know how to play those angles and we're like versatile in all those categories before we go out there. Whereas Kenosha, we can be a little bit more focused on what we know we're going to need there. So yeah, it depends. But overall, like same like foundation, make sure that's good. Kind of go into teamwork, spares, pressure situations. Those kind of stay the same. It's just how we do it.
How'd you guys feel like it went that off week in terms of like staying competitive through it, not just getting complacent?
I think it went well. I don't think anybody like I don't think it was like a mentality of like, oh, I'm just showing up to practice because I need to be here. Like everybody still was working towards the same goal, and so I think obviously that's pretty helpful going into this week. But yeah, I would say the team did a very good job of just staying focused and staying grounded in what we needed to be doing, not just like because we had to be doing it, but because everybody wanted to get their things fixed.
And then Kayla, how has like this point in the season? I know it's still pretty early, but like how comfortable has it been for you? And just terms of getting rid of like that freshman jitters and just kind of feeling like you belong.
I think it depends on the day. I mean, today wasn't a great day for that, but like other days, like I show up to practice and everything's perfectly fine, or I'll be bowling and I'm like, well, yeah, what was I even nervous about? So I think depends on the day and just working through that. So yeah.
And then SFA, I believe, like you're going to see a lot of the same teams, right?
Mhm.
Like, is this like common for bowling, especially in your guys' kind of where you're at as a program? I mentioned you're heading to a lot of the better tournaments out there, as so you make sure you get good competition. Like, how many teams are going to see again in this one at SFA?
I know Vandy goes. I believe Jacksonville State is going. We didn't see Wichita and Orlando, but
We'll see
they
them there.
will be here.
Yeah.
Um, SFA's there.
And SFA is one of the better programs, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think.
I think
Arkansas.
Youngstown.
Does Arkansas go?
I
Youngstown
think
definitely goes.
yeah.
I know
Arc
Anna mentioned
State
Youngstown's going to be
should
there.
be there, I would think.
Ark State might. It's one of those things where a lot of the teams repeat, but it's basically like, oh, like there might be like one out of like the top 5 teams that's not there like every week, and then
Mhm.
there's a couple tournaments where we all end up being there, but usually like it's like the same teams minus one that didn't come this week or didn't come that week or didn't do this. We're like Orlando, like Wichita wasn't there. And like stuff and like in Youngstown, like Jacksonville State wasn't there. So like different stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's that like seeing the same teams over and over, especially when they're competitive, right? These aren't teams that, well, sometimes on good days, you guys are running away, just easily beating everybody, but these are good programs where it feels like there's going to be some back and forth moments, and you got to see their faces multiple times throughout the season.
I think it's fun because like anyone can kind of win at any time.
Mhm.
There's like an added mental thing though too, where it's like you don't you don't want to kind of get into this loop of like you feel like you're just constantly getting beat by the same people because it
Mhm.
kind of sets a bad tone.
Yeah.
But once again, if that does happen, it's almost like you'd rather have it happen in regular season so that you can figure out like the mental block or whatever you need to work on so that once we get to postseason, we can win. So yeah.
Yeah, I try not to think about who we're bowling that much. I think it just helps me. I mean, obviously knowing the score, like, okay, I need to step up and throw a strike. Like, yeah, I think being aware of that is great. But try not to think about who we're bowling too much. Just like, okay, well, I can't do anything about what they do on the other lane, but I can throw my best shot over here. So yeah.
Controlling the controllables. All right, we'll throw it to break. Spare time. Anna Callan, Jillian, or excuse me, not Anna Callan, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr. If you go to last week, you can catch Kayla Starr and Anna Callan. But we got the hosts back this week. One more segment. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 12th is $2 off all crackers, $2 off on grind, $3 off on salami, and buy one, get one free on stew beef. Limit of 2. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Across Nebraska, voters will have the chance to end the current government abortion ban. The government shouldn't be making decisions for families' health care, but right now they are. Ending the ban takes 2 votes. A vote against 434, the first initiative, and then a vote for 439, the last initiative. It's only this combination that will finally get the government out of the personal medical decisions of Nebraska families. Voting against 434 and for 439 ensures that when there's a medical emergency, it's Nebraska families who decide what to do, not the government. This vote against 434 and for 439 makes it so our Nebraska doctors can treat every patient. The government put this ban in place, stripping Nebraska families of their freedom, but you can end it with 2 votes. The first against 434, and then vote for 439. Paid for by Protect Our Rights.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bozin, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. See a chance of showers throughout the day. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and brief with a high around 59. Tonight, showers likely with the low around 42. And tomorrow, a chance of showers in the morning, then mainly sunny skies in the afternoon. The high around 55. Meteorologist Kyle Bucket from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to Spare Time, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here are your hosts, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr.
All right, welcome back in. Spare Time, Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr. The host is always to my left. And again, we're going to do Mount Rushmore, as we've done many times before, to wrap things up here. You can always put in your input. Starter Heyman text line, these streams. And you guys decided the subject, Mount Rushmore, or of bowling ball.
I'd have to confirm 4 bar 5, but we got it.
Yeah. Do you want to start? Me.
You can go.
Okay, my first one was volatility, torque.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel like that ball never leaves my bag. Ever. I don't leave anywhere without it. My reality. Love that ball so much. My IQ Emerald, which I don't know if that would be in my top 4, but since we drilled a new one, I'm like, oh yeah, I really did used to like this ball. So now it's back in the top 4. And then the original Rubicon.
Really?
I love that ball.
What do you make of the list?
What?
What do you make of the list, Jillian? And then, Kayla, you can defend it depending on what holes you poke through
It's
it.
pretty legit. I feel like the reality might not be versatile enough to make my Mount Rushmore, but I understand why.
Ball's pretty good.
I debated on the Emerald since I just rolled a new one too,
Mhm.
but she's nice. And then the Rubicon got me, but I get why you said the Rubicon.
I just feel like
That
there's a
one's
period of
versatile
time
enough.
where I threw it so much.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that's like really close to it, I would say. At
I
least not that they make anymore.
It's discontinued?
Yeah.
Since when?
A while. Like 2 years.
22? Yeah, everything on my list is discontinued. They don't make them anymore.
Same thing
great
with
Mount
mine.
Rushmore.
Yeah, you can't get any of mine either. Yeah.
All right, Jillian, what's yours?
So mine is the same volatility torque, 900 global. My Idol Pro from Rotogrip, my Idol Pearl from Rotogrip,
That's a good ball.
and my Zen Soul from 900 global. Don't even.
I mean, you throw yours. Yeah, you throw yours a lot.
Did you not like it?
It's okay. It's a little slow for me.
And the reality's not?
I just feel like when I've thrown my Zen Soul here, it's not on the right. Like, I need more volume to be throwing
Oh.
it. Like, we try to have me throw it like on stuff that's just
fair.
too
It
short.
is.
It's like there's just not enough volume out there.
It is kind of slow.
I
like
can
mine on
understand why
short,
you
though,
like
'cause of
it.
how slow it is.
Yeah, it's just
She's docking me points on my Zensol, and I'll dock her points on her reality. It's okay.
So the Zensol just slow? What do you mean by that?
So basically, it picks up in the front part of the lane, and so it's not the most continuous on the back. It wants to kind of get more forward as it hits the pins, which sometimes can be a benefit, but it's not always beneficial. It just depends on what you're looking for. This is why we bring so many dang bowling balls.
How often do they discontinue these? Because you said both all 8 of those are discontinued.
Yeah, they usually bring, I think, between like 8 and 13 balls to market. So
year,
that's for
at
like
least.
the 3 companies that we work with because we stick in the same branch. A lot of the other branches are about the same numbers for what they do. Some are more, some are less, but that's like an average. So when you bring that many bowling balls in, you end up having to discontinue some. Some of them stay around. Like I think, how long has the Hyro been around?
Like
It's a teenager
12,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
At least 13 or
13
14 years, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long run.
It's a
That's
really long run.
extremely
That's one of the
long.
longest runs in bowling.
So that and an IQ tour.
Yeah, and the phase 2.
And, yeah.
But the high road's like the longest one.
Did you see those pros will still use them though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you used to throw your IQ tour.
I did use it on my
A
IQ.
lot.
And I liked the phase. But yeah. So it just depends. It's like different company to company too. So yeah.
Well, there you go. The Mount Rushmore of bowling balls. If you're into bowling and you're looking to find the next one, those guys is at Mount Rushmore. Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr, appreciate it as always on a Monday night. This has been Spare Time. Shout out to Teammates Mentoring for sponsoring, as always, a lot of our Ticket Weeknights programming here at 1040 O Street, 93.7 The Ticket. Appreciate you guys listening. Have a great rest of your night.